I was going to be live with you on Monday morning. I'm super looking forward to it. So my apologies for the nighttime lighting. I have to go to an appointment tomorrow morning. Well, now it is that morning. That's where I'm going to be at the time that you catch this. Plans got changed on Friday. Circumstances beyond my control. God knows why it happened. And so now I'm just rolling with it, trusting him, and going to a new appointment. So I wanted to make sure that you caught this at 11 because I promised I would be here at 11 o'clock to kick off the August Big Family Chore Challenge. And we're going to go 5 times this week. I normally only go 3 times, but I'm going to go 5 times this week to basically a challenge is like breaking up a course into some small segments throughout the week. So it's just going to be like 10 minutes, 15 if I have a bigger chunk to on breaking tips and tricks and systems as a of 10 with number 11 away, how we do chore systems and how I started in the years all the way through now where we are today. So I'm going to break that down for you. We're going to have a lot of fun. And there's going to be a giveaway because who doesn't like a giveaway? The way you get involved with this, if you're catching this live, in the future, sorry, that will be closed, but you can still absolutely get all the big family chore goodness out of this. I'm going to do, like I said, a live video every day. And then there's going to be a written post that's going to come up about 1 p.m. every day. All you have to do is make sure you comment and like the video and the written post. I guess you could fool me and actually do nothing and just like it and comment anyway, but it's up to you if you really actually want to get the most out of this. I leave that between you and God. So all you have to do to enter the giveaway, it's going to be super fun giveaway. I'm going to announce the end of the week, Saturday, when this closes up on Monday. The big prize is going to be a beautiful piece of Christian home decor of your choice. So I'll give you a couple choices because we all have our own different style. You can see I got the black, white, and red thing going on here. Even my own personal color scheme. It suits me well. And so, but you might have a totally different color palette in your home. So I'm going to give you a couple of choices, send it out to you with thanks from me because we're going to have a lot of fun with this challenge. That is how it works. So let's dive right into it with me, your host, if we haven't met before. My name is Tara. I'm a Christian wife, homeschool mom of 10. I said with number 11 on the way, children. I have, I started out and really totally unprepared for motherhood, not expecting or in any way planning on having a big family, but God did a beautiful work in my heart and continues to do beautiful work in my heart so that I can embrace a blessing of children, which just makes me laugh because I seriously only set out to have a couple of kids. And now here I am. And now I have a heart to help other moms do the same because I know how challenging it is when you're not only unprepared for motherhood, but now you're unprepared for like big family motherhood, which is unique. I'm by no means the only person to speak about this. I'm just speaking from my life, my experience, my understanding of scripture. Take it with a grain of salt. It's here to serve you. So here we go. The challenge, big family chores. So I said today's topic would be start them young. We start young. And I've kind of developed this over the years, part just intuitive, part desperation, and part just sort of like trial and error and figuring out. And now that I have like number 10 is going to be 2 in December when little one comes along between Christmas and New Year's. He's about 19 months now, so he's walking and, got more hand abilities. So what I'm doing with him, and I've been doing this sort of intuitively, like I didn't really plan it until I had to talk about it with someone else, is I've been just naturally training him to do what he could do. So for example, as soon as he let go and play with it and walk, kind of not really so much crawling, but walking, not like Frankenstein walking, but actually, sea legs on. Then I would put a toy in his hands and kind of lead him over to a big toy bin where we keep in his room, where I sometimes go in there after supper and I just do some work on the computer while I'm watching him and Dad's doing the bedtime routine with the younger set of kids. This is how we have a rhythm and routine that works for us on the weekdays. So I get to spend an hour and I put the toy in his hands, bring him over to the bin, and we drop it in together, association, and I say, clean up, like in a cheerful voice, more cheerful than I would probably normally put on. I'm just like, good cleanup, son. I can be kind of serious and quiet when I'm alone by myself because I'm a more introverted person. I don't think of myself as being hyper and really clownish around my kids. I tend to be like pleasant, but I'm not like one of those cartwheel kind of moms. Anyway. God bless cartwheel moms and just being me. So I'll just, quietly but pleasantly say, clean up. And I just did this over and over a couple of times informally. But then I just had to say the word, kind of like dog training. Not that children are like dogs, but there is a little bit of overlap in just word association training and praise, right? And I would say, come on, Nico, let's clean. And he began to be like, oh, he doesn't speech there because he actually doesn't talk much. And we're working on it, and we worked it through with another kid. So I have all confidence we'll get there. He does have a couple words now. One of them is no. So he would just quietly sort of brighten up, perk up at the word because now he knows what that means. Like other words, he knows what they mean, like no touch, okay, important first words to learn to teach your children. And he goes over and he drops it in the bin. And I say, hey, good job. Let's do another one. Clean up, clean up. And he puts another one. And he loves it. He loves it. He gets right into it. And kids are so impressionable at that age. They enjoy bringing, just like the positive affirmation. They don't even necessarily know what's going on. They just know it feels good. So I capitalized on it from an early age. I've done it with all of my children. And I'd like to say, like, it works like a charm. Not all of my children have been super enthusiastic about cleaning up, but I just sort of gently, maybe a little more firmly, like, no, we're cleaning up. And you should put it in your hand if that's helpful, because sometimes they're like, what? And then lead them over to the bin, whatever little bin area, and just drop it in. And then just do a couple more, even if they don't do the whole job, right? Starting out in the direction that I mean to go. And it pays off because they get into the routine. They begin to get the word association and even the positive affirmation that most kids will respond to, especially at this early age. So it's just looking for opportunities. The latest thing we do now is putting the diaper in the garbage. So every morning when I go and get him around 8 o'clock, I change his diaper, and he just loves this. Put him on the floor, and he walks into our ensuite bathroom with his little diaper that I've kind of packaged up, plops it into the garbage bin that's just on the floor, and looks at me like, don't you love me? I'm like, I do, right? Oh, good job, buddy. Give him a little pat on the head, and down we go for breakfast. It's become a routine. And you can see where this is all going, because I'm going to build on this. As he becomes older, more mature, as his vocabulary advances, as his cognitive understanding expands, as his dexterity grows, we're going to build on this until we have a full-blown chore system, which I'll share with you as the week goes on, where I just manage the home. I haven't mopped floors in years. I haven't vacuumed this house in years. I haven't even done laundry for the kids, most of the kids, in years. So it all pays off super handsomely, and it helps to start young. I mean, if you're already kind of past that, you're like, sorry, Tara, I missed that window of opportunity. It's all right. I'm speaking maybe to people who are more like thinking about doing this early, or maybe you have some young ones right now. So this works beautifully for us, looking for opportunities, little simple, natural opportunities, encouraging them, with a level of cheerfulness. Be yourself. You don't need to put on clown level. Because honestly, if you're putting in maximum 10 enthusiasm for putting a diaper in the garbage, where do you go from there, right? If that's as enthusiastic as you can possibly get, what are you gonna do? Scream after that? So I don't know. I just kind of laugh at myself, and I keep it to a moderate level of enthusiasm. That's all I need to do is turn it up a bit. And I just get consistent about it and let those habits form, because we're going to build on them later. So some specific things that I've done kind of a little bit further ahead than where Nico is right now, kind of closer to 2, is I've bought some of my kids a little Melissa and Doug mop and broom set. And it doesn't have to be Melissa and Doug. They just put out really good, high quality stuff. And I'll put a link below. You can take a look at it if it's something you want to check out. It's the most cute. Oh my God, most cute. That's not even a good word, but you know what I mean. It's the cutest little mop and broom and a little dustpan and a little hand broom set you ever saw. It's even got a little hot stir. Really can I don't get the mop wet. We just do dry mopping for the kids. And when we do after supper chores as a whole family, which is part of our regular routine, everyone's got their assignment. The little one, the 2-year-old, will be like, me too, right? I clean too. And they get their little mop set, which keep out of the way where they can't even access it in our little broom here. I put it out and I'm like, yeah, you to help too. They're not really helping, but well, listen, they're keeping safe, and I kind of know where they are, and they're occupied, which is really helpful when we're doing the real chores. They are building confidence themselves and a little bit of practice with some skill sets we can build on later. And they're just having fun, right? Getting positive associations with doing household chores. So I figure that's all super valuable to include them in a cloth. So not a drippy cloth, just a little damp cloth, one of our rags that we use for whatever. And I'll say, will you help clean the walls? And then as soon as one kid is cleaning the walls, then all the kids, at least the littles, want to clean the walls too. And then I just grab a couple of the rags, squeeze out the drippy water, and away they go. And for anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes, depending on their attention span and how much fun they're having, those walls are getting wiped. It may or may not be making a huge difference to the cleanliness of my home, but they're having fun. They're learning skills. They're getting positive associations. We're getting more consistent. It's all going to build on it in years to come so they can actually level up and get involved with some real chores and enjoy it more. They'll just be used to it. Like I said, start out in the direction you intend to go. So that's day one for our August Big Family Chore Challenge. Start them young and go out in the direction you intend to go. So, little reminder is if you're enjoying the kind of content I've been rolling out in the Joyful Confident Moms of Many group, these challenges are helpful to you. They're going to be saved in the guide section. So if you're catching this later or someone joins later, like you weren't here live when this is happening, no problem. Everything's going to be saved nice and organized in the guide section at the top banner of the Joyful Confident Moms of Many Facebook group. If you're enjoying kind of stuff that I'm putting out and you're like, this is really good stuff, Tara, thank you so much. Well, you're very welcome. And you know what would bless me and bless others is invite your friends. Honestly, just help this group grow so that other moms can benefit from this good stuff. Eat the chicken, spit out the bones. Obviously, like not everything I ever say you're going to agree with or apply in your life. But if you think by and large, I have your vote of confidence, I've earned that level of trust so far. And there's other moms, whether they have 2, 3, or more kids, or even they're just planning on having a big family and getting their hearts and their minds, their homes prepared for that, I would love to encourage you to humbly invite some people to this group. Other moms, obviously if it's a good fit, maybe it's not for your dad or your uncle or your brother or something, but other moms you think they'd appreciate an invite, they can check out what the group's about. The description will be there and it's up to them if they accept or say thanks, but no thanks. Totally cool. But if you feel comfortable making that invitation, I would super appreciate it because I know when I was a young mom, these kind of exist. I really do to talk to, especially when we made the commitment to welcome a big family, take the hands right off the wheel of birth control and trust God, the size, the timing, the circumstances, our family. So that's pretty significant. That's pretty niche. And I know what a blessing it would have been to me to connect with other moms, other like-minded moms, more experienced moms, who also coming from a more Christian perspective, right? So if that's you or people in your life who would appreciate that, feel free, go ahead, send them an invite. That'll be great. Otherwise, if you want some more tips and you just can't wait till tomorrow when I go live, I've got a top 10 big family home management tips guide on the website, TaraLeeHills.com. Go ahead, it's completely free. There for you to help you with all my top tips of how I have learned to do this with grace, with style, with confidence, and a little bit of class, and a touch of humor as well as a big family mom. So top 10 big family home management tips. I'll put a link below on the website. So if you want to check that out, feel free. Otherwise, thank you for joining me for day one of this challenge. And I look forward to being with you live, God willing, on tomorrow's challenge when we will be talking about, a chore list. I'll talk to you then. God bless you, and I will see you on Tuesday.